Hello travelers, this is Korea Travel Guide and today we're talking about buses in South Korea. Now, public transportation, including buses in South Korea, are considered as some of the best among the world. If you think that is an overstatement, you will immediately think again once you've hopped on a subway or a bus here. They're clean, they're on time, they're convenient, and most of all, they're dirt cheap. Buses and subways cost about $1 to hop on, and on top of that, you can transfer up to 4 times. Speaking of transferring, we need to talk about one thing first, the T-Money. T-Money is a public transportation debit card used for paying seamlessly on buses and subways without the need for cash. And for you to take advantage of that up to 4 transfers for a single payment, you need to have a T-Money card. T-Money cards can be bought all around the country, including convenience stores and Seoul subways line 1 to 8. Keep in mind that outside of Seoul, Gyeonggi, and Incheon, some might not have them in stock. Now, about transfers, you're actually allowed to transfer from buses to subways and vice versa. So if you took a bus to the subway, take subway line 2, transfer to line 6, then take another 2 buses to your destination, the whole thing costs less than $2. Well, frankly speaking, such drastic amount of transfers won't happen that much, just saying it's possible. Since it's meant to let you transfer to another bus or subway, there is a catch to this. Transferring from one vehicle to another cannot take more than 30 minutes, or you have to pay full price. Although from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., this 30-minute time limit is increased to 1 hour. Another catch is that you cannot take the same bus or subway that you just took, or it will not count as a transfer and you need to pay up. So for instance, if you took the wrong bus or to the opposite direction, unfortunately, you have to pay again. But it's only $1, so not too much of a big deal. Oh, and there aren't that much, but some buses are actually cashless, which means you must have a T-Money card to ride them. On top of that, if you take buses and subways in Seoul before 6:30 a.m., you get a 20% discount. This also applies only to T-Money card holders. All in all, TLDR, get a T-Money card. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about buses. Before jumping in, I should mention that there are buses all around the country, but for the sake of easier explanation, I will be talking about buses in Seoul. If we don't do that and discuss about all the different details for each province and city, this video will be easily more than an hour, which you, as well as me, do not want. These are the 4 main types of buses that operate in Seoul. Green, blue, and yellow are pretty much similar. Yellow usually covers short distances within the most densely crowded areas. Green mostly operates within Seoul, while blue goes further to the outskirts of Seoul, reaching many parts of Gyeonggi. Red goes the furthest and has less bus stops compared to others, because red buses are meant to connect between 2 cities. There's also town buses colored in light green, which covers the shortest distance out of all buses. These are night buses, and as the name suggests, they operate after midnight, when no other buses operate. And finally, these are the airport limousines. Yeah, they look nothing like a limousine, I know. I have no idea why they named it like that. But the airport limousine. They're like any other bus, you can transfer to them with your T-Money. They cost considerably more than your usual buses though, depending on the distance. It's around $15 to $20 if you're in Seoul. If you'd like to know how much exactly, I put a link in the video description and in the comments for you to check it out by yourself. Seems you can also reserve a bus ticket on that webpage as well. One thing to note is that when you're going from somewhere to the airport, you can use your T-Money to get there. When going from the airport to somewhere, you need to buy a physical ticket. Once you step out of the airport, there are a few ticket booths for you to purchase and get to your destination. They mostly speak English, albeit very limited, so don't hesitate to go ahead. Bonus points if you do your research on which number of the bus you're supposed to take so you won't have to explain all that to the clerk. Okay, now let's get into a few etiquettes, unspoken rules, and facts about Korean buses. As for every other country, there are some behaviors that are completely fine to do, while in other countries, such actions are considered rude and/or inappropriate. One big example for that are the windows. People won't like it if you thrust open the windows next to your seat in summers and winters when the buses are air-conditioned or heated. You won't need me to explain why people won't like that. Also, keep yourself close to the windows if you opened it. If not, the person behind you will take all the wind that he or she may not have wanted because of your windows. Next, hop on the bus through the front gate and hop out through the back gate. Even some Koreans won't follow this rule, but I hope you guys do. Oh, and you're supposed to tag your T-Money card twice, when hopping in and hopping out. If you don't tag your card before getting out, you will not get the transfer benefits. Plus, the bus will charge you the max amount of money according to how many miles the bus operated. It will still not cost more than $2 max, but money is money. You also can't tag your card before your stop, as that's considered cheating the system and you can get in trouble for it. Next, there are these colored seats. Wonder what they are? Well, let me tell you. The yellow seats are priority seats for disabled and elderly people. The pink seats are for the pregnant. Technically, even if you're not disabled, old, or pregnant, you can still sit at those seats. However, it is strongly recommended that if you see someone like that, please kindly offer your seat to that person. Oh, and when you're at bus stops, you don't have to wave your hand to the driver for them to stop and let you get in. At least that's how it's like in Seoul. I heard that in some other areas, if you don't wave your hand, the drivers may straight out ignore you. Lastly, even if it's at the same bus stop, your bus might not stop at where you're standing. This happens because each and every bus is assigned a different part of each bus stop to stop at. This might become a problem if you're trying to get on a bus at a huge bus stop. This is also a similar thing, but you might also notice something like these lines at the bus stops. These are usually installed at places where the lines for the bus gets out of control during rush hours and such, that the city needed to make something like this in order to lessen confusion among those standing in line and passerbys. Most red buses have these at the stops, as well as some greens and blues where there are heavy traffic. These buses with designated stopping locations will ignore you if you're standing in any other part of the bus stop except the line, and even waving your hand would not work. So while you're waiting for the bus, keep an eye out if your bus has one of these designated stops. If you are unlucky enough to not secure a seat on the bus and have to stand, hold on tight to a handle or a bar for your dear life. Bus drivers tend to be quite rough behind the wheels, and God knows what could happen if you forget to hold on to something. That's also why if you did secure a seat, you should get up to exit the bus after it has fully stopped. As long as you press the get off button before your stop, the drivers will kindly wait for you to exit. If they fail to notice you getting off and close the exit door, go ahead and yell, 기사님 내릴게요. That's 기사님 내릴게요. Repeat after me, 기사님 내릴게요. Alright, that's about everything you need to know about Korean buses. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you found this video helpful. Watch some of my other videos on the screen which are equally as awesome. Safe travels everyone!